Who has the advantage in the run game? Rich Gannon.
I think the edge goes to Atlanta. Look, I really like LeGarrette Blount of the Patriots, but I think you look at that two-headed monster, Devontae Freeman, over 1,000 rushing yards this season. You look at Tevin Coleman, over 500 yards rushing for the Falcons. And then you can consider the fact that they've combined for 85 catches between them. I really like what the Falcons have at the running back position.
Yeah, I agree with you, Rich. No disrespect to LeGarrette Blount and Dion Lewis in New England because they've had a heck of a year. But that 1-2 combo of Tevin Coleman and Devontae Freeman, almost unstoppable. These two guys, anytime they touch the ball, either in the run game or in the pass game, they can take it the distance. They're difference makers. I think they have the edge, undoubtedly.
It's going to be a clean sweep for the three of us, guys. I'm going with the Atlanta Falcons also. LeGarrette Blount had a nice season, a great season when you consider 18 rushing touchdowns. But when you look at the two-headed monster they have in Atlanta with Tevin Coleman and Devontae Freeman, 19 rushing touchdowns between the two of them, nearly 1,600 yards rushing. It's got to go with the Falcons.
Falcons have the best two-headed monster at running back in the entire NFL. Second down, pass catchers, wide receivers, and tight ends. Rich Gannon, who's got the edge?
Well, once again, Adam, I think it's Atlanta. I think you could say that on Julio Jones's production alone. But then you add in Mohamed Sanu. You've got the running backs, a couple good tight ends. You look at the Patriots, the more possession-type receivers, and they don't have Rob Gronkowski. I think the edge goes to Atlanta.
I'm with the Rich again. I think if you put Gronkowski in the mix, it might be a different story. But with Julio Jones, he's a man-child out there playing at a different level. Combined with Mohamed Sanu coming on in the second half of the season, combined with those two running backs that can catch the ball in the backfield, that is a pretty hard combination to stop. And a good young tight end in Austin Hooper.
Guys, we're agreeing on all the same things here. And really, Atlanta, when you look at what they're doing with Julio Jones, we brought up Mohamed Sanu. But don't forget Taylor Gabriel, 6 touchdown catches on the season. He adds a nice third wide receiver combination for him. The two running backs, each with over 400 yards receiving. I'm going with Atlanta also.
It's got to be the Atlanta Falcons. Julio Jones is an absolute stud. Love Mohamed Sanu. He's a pro's pro. Third down, defense. Rich Gannon, who you got?
I think the edge goes to the Patriots. They have the #1 scoring defense, giving up just 15.6 points a game during the regular season. You look at the Falcons, they were 27th in scoring defense. And although they have played better defensively in the playoffs, I still think the Patriots have the better defense. They can make you one-dimensional in a hurry.
Yeah, I like the Patriots too. You know, the scoring number, that's enough right there to base it on. I don't think it's as easy as it might seem to the common folk, though, as well. The way that this Atlanta defense plays and has played recently, really getting to the quarterbacks, a lot of pressure. When they get a lead, they are very, very hard to close the gap on for a lot of reasons. Defensively, the pressure they generate is a big part of it.
Well, and once again, I agree with you guys. I'm going with the New England defense. When you look at the number of sacks, it's the same number of sacks. You look at turnovers, they're about the same in terms of taking the ball away. The scoring defense, as Rich said, but if you look at red zone defense, New England is 7th in the National Football League. Atlanta is last in touchdowns allowed in the red zone.
McCourty, Butler, Logan Ryan, those DBs are special. Best defense in the playoffs this year. I'm rolling with the New England Patriots on Super Bowl Sunday as well. Fourth down, special teams. Rich Gannon, who's got the edge?
Well, Adam, when you look at the specialists, I think it's fairly even. We're talking about the kickers and punters. I think where the Patriots have the edge is in their coverage units. I think Matthew Slater is one of the best special team specialists in the game. And the other factor that I like is Dion Lewis. His ability to return kicks could be a factor as well.
Yeah, I agree, Rich. I think you look at who scares you more in the kicking game. Both kickers very solid, but in the return game, you got to go with Dion Lewis and the New England Patriots. You know, Eric Weems does not scare me. He's a very stable guy for the Atlanta Falcons, but he's not a game breaker, and Dion Lewis obviously is.
Well, guys, this is the one where I'm going to disagree with you. I think Matt Bryant provides a kicking edge for the Falcons. When you look at percentages of extra points made, percentages of field goal made, it's higher than what Gostkowski has. He has a long of 59, which is longer than Bryant's 53-yarder. And then you look at coverage. You look at the coverage of both teams. Atlanta leads in that category as well. So I'm going with the Falcons in special teams.
Trent, I give you credit. First disagreement of the segment. but you're wrong. It's clearly the New England Patriots.